this this video is for my dear friend Yvonne in the UK, and her topic was laughter. Why don't we first take a quick look? What do we think laughter is? I mean, we all know what it is. We've done it since birth, really. I mean, even infants, if you see, they laugh almost instantly once they come into this world, if given the right stimulation, and pretty much to the day we die. So it's an integral part, and it's a natural part of the human condition. Seemingly specific just to humans, but who knows really. Either way, it does seem to be specific to humans. So what is laughter? Well, I don't know. I would think it's a miraculous thing. It's a wonderful gift, that's for sure. It can come in many forms. But down to the very basics, what do we think it is? Well, it's obviously a tool or mechanism that can be relatively easily tapped into, and I would think if it has to have a purpose, if there is a design to it, then I would think that it's probably because it releases emotion. So I would think that's one of the greatest gifts and perhaps the main purpose of laughter, just like other emotions like crying and etc. like that. In fact, crying comes from laughter too. In fact, you probably can't see it, but a few tears going down the corner of my eye from laughing. So I would say it seems to be a very necessary and wonderful gift / tool to help us release emotion. It can sometimes release buried emotions. I don't know if you've ever been around somebody who you got them laughing, and the next thing you know, they have a breakdown. It goes from laughing to laughing and crying, and next thing you know, they have a breakdown. It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes if somebody's got enough stuff bottled up, just sincerely laughing can release it. So it can have that therapeutic effect too, of even releasing deep emotions that are suppressed. So there's another gift it can give us. It can ease tensions in groups. It can bring people together. It absolutely brings people together. When you can get a group of people authentically and sincerely laughing from a non-judgmental place for those brief moments, those group of people are truly themselves and truly one. They're laughing as one. They're joined, they're united in laughter, which is really one of the most magical things I love about laughter, is when you can see a massive group of people sincerely laughing. I can see why comedians get addicted to it in a sense, or not addicted, but get hooked on making people laugh. For other reasons too, I'm sure, but that has to be one of the reasons. It's a magical thing to see people united in laughter. And so yeah, laughter can do so many things. Like I said, it can release emotion, it can release suppressed emotions and feelings, it can unite people, it can ease tension, it can shift our perspective. You can look at something one minute, and if you can then step away, and if you, for whatever reason, you end up in a laughing fit, if you were to go back to that situation and look at it, chances are, especially if it's, say, an unpleasant situation, or something you're, not necessarily funny, maybe something you're struggling with, or something unpleasant, if you were to go back to it, chances are, if you've had a good long release, a good long laugh, and then you go back and look at it, 9 out of 10 chances are you're probably going to see it a little different now. So it can change perspective. And that's just the top of my head. I'm sure there's lots of other things. I don't want to make this video too long, so let's move on. So, you know, I don't know what laughter is, but I would think that's how I see it. It's a wonderful thing, and it's so good for us. It's healthy for us to laugh a lot. So if you can do things to you know, to make yourself laugh or make others laugh, you know, by all means, that's medicine. So take your medicine as much as you can whenever you can. It's funny how even all of us, I mean, there's nobody that doesn't like to laugh. Nobody. And yet, how many times do we find ourselves, you sit there and you realize, wow, I haven't had laughed in a long time, right? Sometimes that happens. So, especially if you find that you haven't been laughing like you used to, well then, go take your medicine. Whatever form will work for you. So, I think another thing about laughter, so now to go into the spiritual side of it, laughter does have a very spiritual element to it, because just like some other things, like orgasm, for instance, is another one. I'm sure there's a few other states, but those are the two that come to mind because they're so obvious. When in a deep, especially uncontrollable fit of laughter, everything else is gone. Oh, play, that's another one. Play is another one. When people play like children. That's another way. But laughter, especially when you're in uncontrollable, just letting it go and you're in that moment, it's exactly what you are. You're in that moment. So when we're laughing, sincerely laughing, hard, either by ourselves or in groups, for those brief moments, we are truly our source, ourselves. All the identity is gone for a few moments. All the judgment, all the fear, all of it, it's gone. It's not there in those moments. So really laughing definitely has a spiritual component to it, as it brings us quickly and almost effortlessly back to our true state, our innocent, childlike being, or as close as we can get, while we're in this form. So it really does, it's meditative, really. So that's another why I say take your medicine, because it's very meditative too. Laughter can be, because it will center you. It will, let you, because that's really what meditation is. Meditation is stillness from the mind chatter, and stillness from the worries and the outer world, all that chaos and noise. It's a break from it. So laughter is the same thing. It's very meditative, because all that silliness goes away, all that junk goes away, and you can just be when you're laughing. So by all means, spread laughter. Laugh as much as you can, and if you find you haven't in a long time, then get to it, because what more can I say about laughter? It kind of speaks for itself. So I'm going to leave you with a little treat. It is something, and this should be very therapeutic for most of you. Don't worry if it isn't. Not everybody laughs at the same things. But what I'm going to share with you right now, and it's if you noticed at the beginning of this video, I was just coming down from laughing in hysterics. And so I'm about to show you what I was laughing at. I have watched it too many times to count. And what I love about it, besides that it's hilarious, it's basically a group of people in a spiritual setting falling into contagious laughter. So chances are you're going to start laughing. If not, you might even be like me. Almost without fail, when I watch this video, and again I've watched it so many times, I end up with tears. You saw it at the beginning. I'm in tears. My ribs hurt from laughing so much because I go into hysterics. Enjoyed the video and go have a laugh. Love you. Love and light.
I kind of realized that that everything about me is a fraud and a fake, and it doesn't exist. And I've realized this very much in your presence, where there's this burning and there's this discomfort, and I've realized that I don't exist. And no matter what I do to try and create this Dennis, it just doesn't work, you know? There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there.
What? You've gotten rid of Dennis the Menace? And where is this laughing coming from?
I better stop. Everything's shaking and laughing, you know. So it's just seeing. That is all. So that's my report to you.
And many people want to know what it means if you say, I, Dennis, don't exist. Because if you say this anywhere else, they'll lock you up. Arunachala is a special place. Because you can say things like this and you're in good company. So, this is a secret you will leave here. You don't tell your boss. I don't exist. And then he will tell you your wages don't exist. How can we carry on after this? You better go back to your seat.